And for those who are not joining via Google Meet, you can, of course, join just via YouTube Live. All right. Okay, I hope you guys are still alive from, after a long holiday. But there are one question that hasn't been answered yet due to the election. Isnin cuti ke tak? Some people make a joke, we will only know whether it's a holiday or not by tomorrow. But for matriculation students, cuti ditangguh apa ni? Kelas ditangguh je lah. We have a replacement soon. Okay, so far there are 25 people via Google Meet. You can go to Google Meet and enter from there. Okay, so let's start our session. And I'll give 1 more minute before we start. Okay, you can, for those who are just joined via Google YouTube Live, you can join via Google Meet where you can ask me a question live via audio by using your mic instead of just typing. You can see the Google Meet link in the description. I think everybody can see quite well now. YouTube ni just saya punya documentation je lah. Yeah, there's a lot of people entering. Good. Okay, I think we start our lessons. For those people who just joined, you can enter the Google Meet room in the description where you can ask me the questions via online. Okay, via your mic. Okay, so let's start the lesson. Differentiations, let me just give a light warning. Differentiation is a very, very tough topic. It's a practice where it's a topic where practice makes you better. Practice doesn't make them, which I think this is the best method of learning differentiations. I would love to make more preparations by typing and so on, but my mic is not working. One moment. Testing mic 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Boleh dengar? Tadi saya dapat message kata mic not working. So quite. Okay, I think my mic is okay now. But if there's anything, just please do let me know. Okay, you can message me at the Telegram, or you can message me at my students there, and you can message me at WhatsApps. Okay, for new students that just entered via YouTube, you can still enter the Google Meet link. You can enter it via descriptions. Okay, I think we should start our lessons now. If there's any problem, my students here, you can give me a call directly so I can make some changes. Okay, so let's begin differentiation. So for differentiation, there are many things that you need to know. So let's start with the basics. There are many types. So that's that one, basic. So how do you differentiate? Let's see if I can do it here. D by x. How do you differentiate x squared? The most basic one. You got yourself 2x, right? So basically what happened for this one here, for x squared, this one, you bring to front, and then you minus 1. This one here, you minus 1. power minus 1. This will be the basics of it. We can try and so on. Let's say dx 3x power 5. You can interact with me. Don't make me talk alone. It's quite lonely. What will we get? Come on. Any suggestion from the audience?
15x power 4.
Exactly. 15x to the power of 4. Okay, so I hope you are not too traumatized from your school days. You're still going to see a lot of differentiations coming in on. If any of you would like to be an engineer, so you just have to study this one. Now, what about if I give you something like this? Where the x is at the bottom, at the denominator. This is all high school. Come on. Would like to try? Audience? For the new viewers, you can enter the Google Meet via the description. You forgot your high school? Well, you can rewrite it back. Something like this. I mean, 3x to the power of negative 5. And then it becomes negative 15 x to the power of negative 4 or negative 6. It's negative 6. Yep, be very careful. It's a common mistakes in exams. Someone did send me a message. Be careful. It's 4. This is negative 6. You can leave your answer in this way, not a problem, but I understand some people can be, a bit kiasu. So you can go back to this form. Either way is fine for exams. In exams, they accept both. Let me change one color for one moment. Both are acceptable. Okay, so that's some of your basics. Add 2 more basics over here. All high school. All those embarrassing stories happen. Hey, what about this? How do you do? Any suggestion? I'll type in the questions as well, the high school questions. Suggestion, how should we do the first one? This is Benkel. This is not the normal teaching session, so you can interrupt. And if you have any questions, just ask me immediately. Okay? And you got your mic there. And the Google Meet link is given as well. Which one will do best for me? To be honest, I need viewers, so YouTube. But I understand. You got mic. You can ask questions directly. I got that feedback, and I think it's quite good. Okay, for the first one, you should expand giving you something like this, 3x cubed plus 5x squared equals, so now only you differentiate them, you got yourself 9x squared plus 10x. And the bottom one here, the best way to do is to simplify. So the dx, you got yourself 5x plus 3x to the power of 4. And then only you differentiate them. Differentiate 5x, you got 5 plus 12x power 3. Okay, so those are your high school. I gave you one. I forgot to include this. Just a question. Do you remember what happened if I differentiate, let's say, 10? or in other words, differentiating constant. What do we get?
0.
0? Yep, 0. Just to test out. Okay, good. So those are your basics from your high school. Remember them, and we'll be quite fine, inshallah. Just checking the YouTube. Okay, for those who are in YouTube, you can enter our Google Meet, and then you can ask me questions directly via mic, which is going to be better for you, faster for you. Okay, so done with the high school. Now we move on to the college level. Okay, what happens if you differentiate? Differentiate exponent or anything that a constant power of x. Yes, you can write in this way. Power of x. Or anything like variable. So let's begin. The technique's going to be something like this. Let's say if I do 3 power of x, then I'll show you what do I mean by constant power of x. Like if the normal cases, it's going to be like differentiating, let's say 3x. Okay, this one differentiate, say basics, so x, 3x. Differentiating this give us 3. Maybe I can say differentiating ddx, let's say x cubed, give you 3x squared. Now, what about in this case, we are differentiating 3 power of x. This is what I mean a variable, constant with the power of variable. What we are going to get is, there are many ways on how to do, many ways on remembering it. Sometimes I remember this way, sometimes I remember the other way. Sometimes I like to say, hey, let's write it down a bit. Firstly, you can say copy. So we're going to give you 3x. And then I can say differentiate power. You diff the power. Which you got 1. And then, yeah, there are 3 things. You ln, yep, the base. Ln base. Ln constant. Or I like to say it's base because that's the 3 is the base. Are you okay? Those are the patterns. So let's try again. Let's say ddx. Let's try 5x squared. Or 5x cubed. You want to try? What are those 3 steps? Come on, give it a try. Anybody want to try online? You want to say your answer? Firstly, you copy. So what do we get if you copy?
So isn't that the power of x?
Come again?
Not the power of x.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
I write things wrongly. Thanks. My mind and my stuff that I write is not the same. Sorry, yeah, 5x cubed. Thanks. Thank you for the feedbacks. Oopsie, now we lost everything. So firstly, you copy. What do we get?
The same thing.
Yes, it's the same thing. 5x cubed. 5 to the power of x to the power of cube. Are you okay? And then you div the power. What do we get?
3x squared.
Very good. 3x squared. Very good. Then what's the final steps? Ln base.
Ln the base.
Yep, ln the base. Ln the base give you? You want? Give it a try. Ln 5. Correct. Are you okay? Wish you can say, hey, from here you can simplify things out. You can get yourself into, let's say, equal to. You can't simplify them because they have different power. So 5x cube x squared. You can't combine them because all different stuff. On 5. Yeah, the 5 and 3 cannot be combined because 5 has a x cube. You can live in this way, doesn't matter. Or if you're a bit kiasu, you can just put the 3 in front. Doesn't matter on how we're going to rearrange them. Sort of the same. The marks in exam is the same. I like to put the ln the last one. Okay, so let me give you one more. Let's say this time without the color coding, edx. What about if I said 7 power of x 3x squared plus 5. Forgive me if it's too hard, but I'll help you along. All of these are power. What will happen?
First step copy.
First step copy. Very good. Copy will give you the same stuff. Very good. What's the next steps?
Differentiate power.
Differentiate power. Very good. Different color. Let me do this way. Diff power. Differentiate power give you
6x.
6x. Very good. Only 6x. Finally,
Ln base. Ln 7.
ln base, which is in this case ln 7. Very good. If you got it that far. Jadi wait lah kalau boleh buat macam tu. Tak ada apa nak fikir. Okay, now we're moving on to something, but this time differentiating exponent. It's the same stuff. Differentiating exponent. Let's start with the basics of all ddx. Okay, what do we get? It's the same process. First step is copy, which give you e power of x. Steps.
Differentiate power is 1.
Differentiate power. Diff power, which is 1. You're right. And final steps.
Ln base log e.
Ln base. In this case, ln e. Very good. But, here comes the but. Ln e is equal to what? How much is this? Ln e is equals to what?
Is it x? 1.
It's 1.
Oh, it's 1. Oh, okay.
It's like if I say it's like log. Ln is like log, and the base e. If you see, it's the same base. You see here the same base as this one, so you got 1. So that's why people say if I in differentiating ddx, differentiating exponent, I just got myself into e power of x. You guys okay? You don't need to do the whole thing. Just ex, and that's far more than enough. And that's why I very, very much like this meme. You know how much I love meme. It's going to video. The one that I sent in the group. Alamak, macam mana nak meme ni? Kan lah. You know the one that Mr. Satan kicking over and over. I'll show one to the YouTube for a while. I'm changing my screen for a while for the YouTube. Chrome tab. Then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, I hope you used to watch. You used to watch Dragon Ball. It's a meme in our time. When the first time I watched the meme, I just laugh over and over again. Okay, so now what happened if you try another thing? Okay, for exponent, you can kind of skip the ln base, because the ln base, the ln e is 1. So that's why, well, if I do here 2x, what will you get? In the exams, normally people will just do this. So you will just do the copy, e power of 2x, then differentiate the power comes to. If you're proficient enough, you can differentiate the power first. You can skip the steps here if you're good enough. But normally I don't like to burden my students. I say, hey, do the easy one first. Do the copy one first. So let's try and test you. See. One moment. What about if I give you something like this? E to the power of e minus 2x. Hey viewers, would you like to try? To those in YouTube, you can enter the Google Meet. The link is in the description where you can answer it via audio, or you can ask me via audio as well. Okay, would like to try this one?
-2.
Correct, -2.
E to the power of 3 minus 2x.
And then you copy the whole thing. So you differentiate the power and then you copy it. 3 minus 2x. Okay. Very good. Now, what about if I give you something like this? E dx. So, e power of x. E power of x minus e power of negative x. Da-da-da-da. How do you do? Would you like to try? Anybody would like to try? How do we start?
Darab dulu sir, right?
Yep, the first step is to expand. So you expand first. Going to give you the same rules as the basics. We're still applying. I mean, like the basic just now, where we do the expand here. So don't forget your basics. It's still going to apply. So ddx. E to x and ex, what do we get? E power of 3x.
E3x.
And then?
Or E2x plus 5x.
2x minus x. This power of x. Oopsie. And these whole things, differentiate them. What do we get now? No need to panic. Careful.
3e plus 3x.
3 e power of 3x. Differentiate the power, copy back.
Roll ex.
Yes, differentiate ex is just ex. Gonna get yourself back. Okay, very good. Okay, so we graduate from here already. I can give you more questions, but it's just gonna be the same stuff. So now let's move on to differentiate ln. Ln. Differentiating ln. Okay, let's say ln x. What we get is it's a 1 over. Let me copy it. One moment. Let's just write it down over there. It's a 1 over base 1 over the bracket 1. So in this case is x. And then you differentiate the bracket. Maybe I should just make this different color first. One over and then just differentiate bracket, or inside whatever word's gonna be useful for you. In this case is 1. Are you okay? Let's retry it again. Other numbers. Let's say 2x cubed or 5, 3x power 5. I prefer this. Prefer if you realize it's all, I always choose prime numbers. Okay, so how? Same style, don't panic. First and foremost is the 1 over, and then in the bracket 3x to the power of 5, and then differentiate the bracket. I'm going to give you
15x to the power of 4.
15x to the power of 4. Very good. But we should not leave our answer in this way. What should we do? You can simplify. You can simplify. This one become 1. And this one you can simplify. This one become 5. So your final answer is supposed to look like 5 over, just use different color, 1 over x. Are you okay?
Is it 5, sir?
Yep, just testing. Okay, I missed that. I'm looking at other things. Okay, you guys got it? I'll give you one more test. Let's say e dx ln. What do you want it to be inside? Let's try 7 minus 9x squared. This one. What will we get? Process all the same. Repeating, repeating, repeating.
1 over base.
1 over base. Or bracket, up to you. As long as you get the answer, pretty much. Okay, what's next? What's next?
Times negative 18x.
Differentiate inside. Negative 18x. Very good. Should we leave our answer in this way? This one is okay, because there's nothing you can simplify. But hey, if you be careful, negative 18x over 7 minus 9x squared. You guys okay? Got the pattern? Hopefully you got the pattern. Okay, but there's something that you should know. Don't forget your long rules. What do I mean by that? I think I will do better in typing this kind of stuff. Ln AB is equals to what? Ln A plus ln B. If I say ln A over B,
Ln A minus ln B.
ln A minus ln B. And finally, what about ln on A to the power of B? What can I do? I can make it bring to the front. I got myself B on A. You okay? This is your basics.
Yes, sir.
Now, what about if I do ln A plus B? I can rewrite into what?
Ln A.
Ln A plus ln B. And what about if I write down ln A minus B? And also rewrite into ln A minus ln B. You okay? Class, are you okay? Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Right? No complaints? Except for we just wrote this here. You just got trapped. This one is the same as this. And this one is the same as this. So what the heck is actually going on? I'm trying to say these are common mistakes. It looks convincing, but it's not. Trust me, I've seen this a lot. Common mistakes. So please do not make the mistakes on the right side. Are you okay? Do I need to go through? You just can't split it up. It just comes like that. Okay, so let's try some questions. What about if I give you something like, say, differentiating non x cubed x squared over 5 plus x cubed dx it. How should I do this one? I have problem with my bracket. Hopefully you guys are okay with it. What should I do? Apply. Oh, someone has sent a message. Call will end soon. Hi, what happened? Allahu Akbar. Google Meet dia tak bagi lama-lama sembang. Sorry guys, this is something new. Maybe I pressed something wrong. Okay, if you got disconnected, the YouTube is still going on. So sorry Google Meet Teams. Maybe I pressed something wrongly. We use this rule, the ln rule, ln A over ln B. So we got ourselves into ln x squared plus ln 5. Sorry, this is not plus, it's minus.
Is it minus, sir?
It's minus, yeah. You got panic. And then only you differentiate them. So you got yourself 1 over x squared x. The differentiating is just the same. You need to apply loan rules as well. Plus x cubed. And differentiate the power. You got yourself into 3x squared. Okay, sorry if I'm too fast. Are you guys okay?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you. But we want to just be in 8 minutes before they disconnect it. You know what? I'll put another link. And if you want to join the audio link, just come in. That will be a lot better. Well, that's Google. They give you something very good that the whole world use. And people stop using other services, and then they start charging you. They make sure their competitors got decimated, then they start charging you. Oh my gosh, I missed this basics. What about this one? What should you do? One over x, I can write in what power?
X negative 1.
Yes, exactly, x negative 1. And what can I do with it? So you got yourself ln x power of negative 1. Very good. What can I do? What can I do with the power? Apply this rule. So we got ourselves into negative 1 on x. You okay? I'll stop there for a while. Are you okay?
Yes. Okay, sir.
And then differentiate ln x. Ln x, what do we get? 1 over base.
1 over X.
1 over base. And then differentiate x, you got 1. Which ultimately you can just write down your answers. Negative 1 over x. Cannot? Are you still alive? Knock, knock.
Yes, sir. Somehow.
Very good. Don't die yet. You're still far from over. Now what about if I give you something like this? X. Let's say ln. And don't die, don't die, don't die. I'm inserting something. And please, please, please do not die. Boom. Da-da-da-da. That's a square root. So, oh, why that's a square root? How should we do? Relax. Square root also, you can also write it as what? To what power?
1 over 2.
Exactly. Ln. Squared to the power of 1 over 2. And what can I do now? What can I do to the 1 over 2?
Pindah ke depan.
you bring the power in front. You use basically using this rule. Okay, if I got disconnected from you, Google Meet, I'm going to make a new link. I post in the YouTube description and the group that I have with you. And I welcome you to come again, because then only you can ask me. We can be more interactive. You'll learn more if you is more interactive. Get yourself involved. There was a time when I entered Bankel, and what I did was I just interact with the one who taught me, and I understand. Okay, differentiating that, what do we get? One over two, and then
1/1 plus x squared.
1 over the base, 1 over the bracket, 1 plus x squared. Then what should we do? Differentiating the inside. Should we leave our answer in this way? Not so, because I can simplify this too, which leave our answers x over 1 plus x squared. Are you okay? That one is a bit high.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now for the tough one. You know, sometimes, did you watch Alien? Anything, something like that? They have this x cube. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Da-da-da-da. And I have exponent inside it. How should we do? Tips, Lon rules. You're gonna use one of these. I'm gonna use one of it.
The first one.
The first one, exactly. So ln AB. Gonna apply the ln AB. So ln AB, what are we going to get? Ln A plus ln B. What are we going to get? Come on.
Ln x cubed plus ln e to the power x negative 3x.
Ln x cubed. Very good, very good. There's a cat gaduh belakang rumah saya. Can you hear it? You hear kucing gaduh? That's like super. Can you hear? Seriously? Shit, kuat gila saya. Okay, how should we continue from here? Are you still alive? They all die. I mean, the meeting die, so I put a new link. Shit lah. To the viewers yang tengok, sorry ya, saya tengah buat YouTube link baru. Kejap. This is, take it as a iklan. Okay, I just changed the description. You can see the description for the new link. Or I just post in the chat as well. You can take it from there. Hello, are we still on? One moment, sorry, YouTube viewers. Okay, thank you. Sorry for the hiccups. It's Google monopoly. Okay, how do we continue from here? How do we differentiate that weird stuff? Anybody want to try?
Differentiate the first one.
I'm not saying it's wrong. It's okay, but it's not the most efficient. Use the blue rules, the power rules. If I were to be more exact, you can use it separately. What can you do with the power?
Bring it to the front.
Yep, bring the power to the front. Dx. So you got yourself 3 on x plus e negative, plus negative 3x. Oh, so it won't allow me to do. One moment. It's x on e. Careful, your lecturers is very cheeky. How should we differentiate this? Well, let me give you one more tips. What can I do with this one?
One.
Yeah, ln e is 1. So you can check it out, change it into 1. And then you differentiate them. Sorry, I go a bit fast here. Equals to 3. Differentiating ln x is 1 over x. And differentiating x, you can say 1. You can just put 1 over x. You don't need to put the 1. It's pretty much fine. Negative 3x. Differentiating negative 3x gives you negative 3. And you can say, hey, my power is a... Oh, shoot. Alamak. Saya termasuk magnifying. How do we quit magnifying? Alhamdulillah. Sorry about that, hiccups. Okay, so you can leave that as your final answers. So jangan panic lah. There's one question I would like to try, but I guess I do not have enough time for that. I leave this to you, viewers. Consider it as a... You want me to try here, or do you want to try it? Go and bother your lecturer at school. Well, the short things I can say is the ln x squared is not the same as ln x squared. Because this one down here, I can write it down as a 2 ln x, which also is equal of a ln x plus ln x. And this one here is actually a ln x multiply ln x. Okay, that one is not part of the long rules. That one is more like a brain teaser. So good luck with that. I just give you the answer for that one. The answer is 2 ln x over x. Okay, that's a little bit brain teaser for you. Okay, moving on. Next one is differentiating. I think it's the fourth, is it? Differentiate trigo. There are a few things that you need to memorize. One moment. Let me get the one online because I'm lazy. I do not want this one. Yeah, no, because just now I read this one. I think it's sufficient enough for us to use it. You see? If you are Malaysian matriculation, this 3 is not given in exams. But the other 3 is given in the formula sheet. So up to you. The first one, the first 3 you need to memorize, that's for sure. And the second part, up to you whether you want to memorize or not. What I personally do is I memorize the first one. Memorize sine and got cos. So automatically I remember differentiating cos. You got, as you can see over here, there's a negative. Don't forget your negative. So and differentiating tan is sec squared. Okay, the other 3 I don't memorize them, but I memorize the third one. I'm sorry, I memorized the second one. Oops, sorry, too dark. The reason I memorize this because there's someone make a joke in the lecturer room. There's one lecturer asked, "Hey, what do you get if you differentiate sec?" And another lecturer answered, "Differentiate sec, you got setan." Yeah, you got sectan. It's like Satan. And then all of us was like memorize it immediately. We could not forget about it. This is quite funny. You got Satan if you differentiate sec. Okay, the one that give people troubles is I'll say these last 2 because you can see there are 2 parts. Like differentiate one thing and then you got 2 things. Some people have troubles, but it's not that confusing. We go through that. And just for the record, there's one lecturer who told me, there's one of my sifu, she told me that, hey, whenever you differentiate something with a C, you can see the C there is always the negative. And after you have to memorize it or not, I leave it to you. I'm just telling. Okay, so what I recommend, if you want to differentiate trigo, I recommend this technique I call the PTB method. This is the one I create by myself, Serodi method. This I call the PTB method. Let's make it a bit bigger. PTB method. By Serodi. This PTB stands for power, trigo, and bracket. That's a PTB. We'll go one by one, don't worry. So if I say to you, in the differentiating ddx, sine sine x. Over here, firstly you differentiate the trigo. I mean, what? Wait, I have one note that I forgot to write down. If I say to you, sine cube x, which one does it means? Does it mean sine x cube, or does it means sine x cube? Can you tell me the first or second? Viewers, want to try? First or second? It will be the first one, not the second one. So going back to this one, differentiating this one here, you get yourself, firstly take note, this one is a sine, this is power 1. So you do not need to differentiate the power. So firstly, you just need to differentiate the trigo. So differentiate sine, what do you get? By this, using this one here, differentiate sine, you get cos. So you get yourself cos x. Okay. Remain the bracket is unchanged. And then only you differentiate the bracket. Which is differentiate x, give you 1. Right, first one, you differentiate the trigo, and then you differentiate the bracket. Okay, let me give you one more. Let's say if I said to you differentiating d dx, sine dx to the power of 5. Okay. Follow the same pattern. Firstly, differentiate the trigo. We get ourselves into cos, and then you copy back the bracket. You copy this one, 3x power of 5, and then only you differentiate the bracket, which give you 15 x power of 4. The bracket, this part here, you just copy. Are you okay? Viewers, are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now it's going to get really difficult. Really difficult. Sine to the power of 7. Okay. Since they are this power 7, sine power 7. So now you have to differentiate power. I'm going to give you 7. You copy things. Sine 3x power 5 And 7 minus 1? 6. Are you okay? I'm just differentiating the power as usual. And the next steps, you differentiate the trigo. Differentiating sign, what do you get? Get yourself cos. Without the power is remain as 1. We just differentiate the trigo, okay? And then the bracket, still continue, 3x power 5. And then differentiate the bracket. Gonna get yourself 3x power 5, differentiate it, 15x4. Are you okay? Yes, I call the PTB, power trigo bracket. Of course, you need to rearrange them, but just get the idea. Get the patterns. You okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll let you try one. Let's say if I say differentiate, same thing over and over again. dx cos x. What do you get? Differentiate. Negative sine x. Very good. You can say differentiate the bracket. You got one. Okay. Good enough. Now dx differentiate cos. Say 3x to the power 5. What do you get? What do you do?
Negative sine x.
Negative sine.
3x power 5.
Yes, you copy the bracket, 3x power 5, and then differentiate the bracket,
15x to the power 4.
15x to the power 4. Very good, very good. A moment, I need to cool down my laptop a bit. The power of 7, 3x to the power 5. But differentiate the power first. Differentiate the power first. What power do we have at the trigo? Don't panic. Do this one first. Can you try? Do you need help? Oh, shoot. Sorry, mic sir, problem just now for whatever reasons. Ayo, malam ni banyak technical error lah. People at YouTube, can you hear me? Okay, the mic at YouTube. Mic at YouTube is still working. Just my Google Meet mic tak working atau siapa. Okay, can you try this one? Differentiate the power, what do we get? 7 cos 6. 3x over 5, very good. Okay, come down, continue.
Negative sign.
Very good. Negative sign.
3x power 5.
3x power 5. Okay, very good. Continue.
15x power 4.
All right, very good. 15x over 4. Very good. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Okay, and I'll teach you one how to differentiate the dx side. My phone is quite far actually to reach out if there's any problem. Are you okay now? Can you hear me? Sorry, thanks, Iya. Actually, I changed my phone there. Thank you for messaging me, Iya. Okay, so now sec 3x power 5. What will we get? Someone message me. Have a look. I guess it's a sound problem just now. Shout out. Come on. Calm. Differentiate the trigo first. What do we get if you differentiate the trigo? Differentiate sec give you what?
It can 3x5 power 5.
Okay, so sec 3x power 5. And then 3x power 5. Okay? Until here you guys, okay? Don't panic, don't panic. And then you differentiate the bracket. 15x
15x power 4.
4. Something wrong with my x. Okay? Hopefully you're still alive. Not dead. Don't die, don't die. Now, this. Sec of 7. A little bit disclaimer to all of you. Button C and button X is just side by side. Okay, what's next? What do we get? Relax. Use the PTB method.
7 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
7 seconds. Power of 6.
7 seconds, power of 6. Okay, power of 5. Okay, what's next?
Second and then
Differentiate sec. Differentiate trigo. Very good. What's inside the bracket? You copy them. Okay, power 5. Okay, power 5. Then What's the final steps?
15x power 4.
Differentiate the bracket. 15x power 4. Okay, that should be very good for you. You okay? Are you guys still alive? The rest of you? Okay, now let's continue. This is differentiate. What number is this? 4. Shade trigo. Now this is the tough one. The hardest of all. Differentiate implicit. What do I mean by differentiate implicit? Let's take for example. Let's say if I tell you, if I'm doing something like this, y equals to x. How do we differentiate this? Differentiate y equals to x. How do we differentiate? We're going to get ourselves dy over dx equals to 1. Are you okay? Until here you guys okay? I can also say when I'm differentiating x, I'm differentiating dx over dx, which is equals to 1. Are you okay or not? So what's the big deal, sir? The big deal is what happens if I say to you, I'm differentiating y squared equals to x squared. This is the big deal. So let's try the right side first because that's an easy one. Okay, now differentiating x squared. What should we get? You guys know it. 2. You are right. 2x. And then there is things called dx.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I think I should include here 1. Let's make it sense. And dx is you can see equals to 1 lah. Tak ada masalah pun. Okay. I think this one will disappear soon. Now, differentiating y squared will give me is the same process as a. How do you get from x squared into 2x? Well, what do you do? What's the mental process? The 2
Put in front.
2 bring in front and then power minus 1. Okay, so what we get here, differentiating y squared, is the same concept. 2y power 1, just to write down. Okay, and the y you differentiating to the respect of dx. Sorry, computer. 2y, let's say power 1, just for the sake of easy seeing. And what's actually happening? I'm differentiating y to the respect of dx. So that's why you got yourself into dy dx. You guys okay? Are you guys okay?
Okay, sir.
And some people might say, so complicated. Is it true? I'm just showing you what happened. Cukup lah cakap tu. This is just the basic. We can go more and more. Normally, we want ourselves to get to dy dx. The complete answer would be 2y dy dx. Properly 2y dy dx equals to 2x. And then from here, we want it to be just dy dx equals to, so that means you bring in the x and y to the other side. you bringing this further side. To x over 2y. I can say dy equals to x over y. Something a bit strange. Although I cannot see. Okay, let's try some examples. Implicit is the hardest one. Now, what happens if I say differentiate x squared plus y squared minus 4x equals to 0. Find me the dy dx. Find dy dx. Okay, differentiate x squared give you x. Differentiate y squared give you what? Can you do it?
2y dy dx.
2y dy dx. Very good. And differentiate 4x gives you minus 4 equals to 0. And I want my answer in to be dy dx. So I can say 2y dy dx equals to 4 minus 2x. I'm bringing the one that I don't need. And then I just want my answer to be in dy dx equals to 4 minus 2x. Or you can simply say before doing that, you can simplify things first. I prefer to simplify first. Y equals I dy dx equals to 2 minus x. Or maybe I should give you one more example of parametric before we move on. You okay?
Okay, sir.
The rest of you human beings, are you still alive? Now let's try one more parametric. Let's try this one. 7x squared plus 5 minus 2y cubed equals to 6x plus 3y. How? Differentiate 7x squared. This one is easy. 14x. Differentiate 5. Easy. 0. Now what about differentiate 2y cubed?
6y
6y squared.
dy dx.
Yes, dy dx equals to differentiate 6x. Easy. 6. Differentiate 3y.
3
Differentiate y. What do we get?
dy
exactly, dy dx. Okay? The rest of you human being, are you still alive? Please don't die. It's difficult, I know. So now we gonna bring all our dy dx into one places. So bring here one there, bring this one to the other side. Six equals to. You can do it quite quick. You can, since they're gonna be dy dx at the same place, we might as well just factorize them up. So we're gonna say 6y squared plus 3. If it's too fast for you, let me rewrite the whole thing back. Some people didn't like me to do it mentally. Basically, I'm factorized, so I'm just telling you, you can skip. No point repeating the same process. So from here, the dy dx, I just write down here this right side, saving some space. So I can write down 14x minus 6. Moment. 6y cubed, 6y squared plus 3 x. You okay? You guys okay? Hopefully you're okay on that one.
Okay, sir.
Okay, those are the 5 basics that you need to know. And it looks quite tough. Now, what can we do from these basics? Now is what? Differentiate rule. Differentiate rules. There are 3 rules. Just for me to label up them first. Bracket rules, product rule, and quotient rule. If you're good with the 5 things that we have done just now, then only you'll be good in these 3 other things. The bracket rules is the easiest. Rules is the easiest. It's a bracket and there's a power. And then there's a variable, x variable here. You learn this in your school days. It's not that difficult. So what we're going to do is the power, bring front, and then here, let's see the bring front part. Doesn't look front at all. It's the first steps. And the power, -1. And the inside stuff, variables, differentiate. Let's start with the easy one that you have learned in your school. Let's say if I give you 3x to the power 5 plus, let's say, x squared, quite fine, power of, let's say, 7. Differentiate this. Remember from your school days? Firstly, let me illustrate. Let me illustrate. Do the blue one first. Power to front. The power bring to front. So I get myself 7. Oh, I forgot to write down. Then we copy 3x5 plus x squared. And then the power minus 1. So I got myself 6. This one just front. And then finally, diff the bracket. I'm going to give you 15x power 4 plus 2x. I'll stop here first. Are you guys okay?
Okay, sir.
Right, so let's try one more. dx. I'll show you why these just now are all basics. Let's say 5 power 5. And let's say inside here, it can have something like e power of 6x plus x squared. I can say here sine x. Just to be... The thing that we have learned in basics, it can appear in these rules. Okay, the techniques are the same. What are the rules first? The power front. So 5, and then you copy the bracket. You copy the bracket. Yep. And then
Power minus 1.
minus 1. 4, and then
Differentiate bracket.
differentiate the bracket. Differentiate a6x. Ha 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 ha. a6x power 6. Someone send me a message. Someone sent me a message which I have no idea where. My goodness. Oh, is it sorry lah, saya tak nampak lah. And then differentiate sign, do you remember? Cos x. So if our basics are good, then only you can do this stuff. Are you okay?
Okay, sir.
Sorry ya, saya punya tu notation lari sikit lah. Okay, those dah lambat kan, so I think we speed up sikit lah. And then we can have things such as the product rule. Product rule and quotient rule, they are more than 2 elements, I can say here. More than 2 elements. more than one element side by side. First and foremost, do you remember the product rule? There are many ways on memorizing that. The one that I prefer to use, the x uv, I give you the one I prefer to use, u prime v plus uv prime. There are many ways to memorize. I'm not gonna argue. Some people like to do the second one I write down here. They argue that it's more similar to the rule. Either one, I see. Okay, so let's say, what do I mean by more than two elements side by side? Let's say if you're given something like this, e power of x, say 2x, and then I'm gonna have besides you, let's put it 5x. X cubed. How do we do? And here's the two elements I mentioned just now. So differentiate e to x, and then this one remain as the same, 5x cubed, and then plus u prime v or uv prime, and then write down the e to x again, and then only differentiate the 5x cubed, which is 15x squared. So this one diff, this one diff, this one just copy. Are you okay? Sorry, saya dah laju sikit lah.
Yes, sir.
Technically saya pun penat juga sebenarnya. This is way beyond what I expect. Now, what about if I give you, let's say, cos 5x squared multiply with let's try ln x. How do you proceed? The dx, I missed this now. Same process. Differentiate cos 5x cubed. What do you get? Differentiate cos 5x cubed. Negative sign 5x cubed. And differentiate inside the bracket 15x squared. And then you copy the ln to x plus you copy cos 5x cubed. I think there's another message from Google telling me call gonna end in 10 minutes. Yeah, let's end soon. And then differentiate ln to x 1 over 2x. Differentiate to x, give me 2. Okay, I'm not going to simplify, but I'm just telling you that's how you do. Are you okay?
Okay, sir.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, sorry ya, saya dah mula laju sikit ya. But dah 10 minit lagi ya. I go a bit fast because I left 10 minutes. And then the quotient rule. Yes. And then the quotient rule. Depends on how you memorize them. I got a story on how to memorize, but I run out of time. So maybe next time. UV. Somehow my handwriting somehow sebenarnya jadi kecil atau apa. The font got smaller, no idea why. So this one, I like to start with the easy one first. At the bottom we square it first. And then at the top is a VU prime minus UV prime. Hello, sorry. Technical errors. I would like to increase this font size. Sorry lah, I need to be faster. Sorry. The perfectionist in me doesn't want to give up. So I'll show you an example. dx, let's say we're going to differentiate. Let's call it down here to be sine x. And let's call up here to be, let's say, exponent. X power of 3. Let's do that. So firstly, it depends on you like. I like to do the easy one first. I always do the one at the bottom. Sine. Because one of my lecturer used to say to me, if you can't do the easy one, why bother do the hard one? Sine x, and then we differentiate the ex cube. Differentiating the ex cube give you copy first, and then you differentiate things inside. 3x squared minus divide the ex cube, and then differentiate the sine x. Give you cos x. Just to illustrate, if I were to differentiate this and this, I'm just copying this and this, and now here I just v square it. So this down here I'm v square it, and then I only differentiate this and this, and then I copy this and this. Hopefully you can see. You okay?
Okay, sir.
I would like to throw you one curveball before we end. What happens if you're given something like this dx? Let's copy the whole same stuff, same question, but add in here, put ln x. Well, that's good enough. I can make it more complicated, but that's good enough for now, sir. Okay, do the easy one first. If you can't do the easy one, don't bother do the tough one. squared sine x. And up here, sine x. How should I differentiate this? Any suggestion?
Isn't it like the AB, like A plus B?
No, it's not. I should have done this first just now. This is the UV. So, differentiate ln x, 1 over x, and then copy back ex cubed. This is the product rule. Plus, copy back copy ln x. And then you differentiate ex cubed. Ex cubed 3x squared. This is the product rule. Let me just emphasize. I would have to explain more, but I'm running out of time. And sorry, I don't have time to make it neater. I'm just going to copy this one because I don't have time. And a bit tired as well. Minus, not this is part of the quotient rule. Oof, this is tough. Never mind, we copy things back just now. I'll highlight what is needed to be highlighted. And differentiate sine x. I think the most important part in doing this is just you need to keep calm. Try it out. Okay. Before I highlight things up, I think. Oh my goodness. Nah, computer not responding well right now. It's a tengah update. So what I differentiate is just this one. I'm differentiating this. I'm differentiating this. Oh, sorry. Differentiate cos x. See? Here I get myself 1. The PTB methods helps me to see my mistakes. And then this one I'm just copying. Someone messaged me, I did not see it. And then the down there is I just square it. Oh, it's ended already. Okay, I think that's all. It's been a long day. I'll save this PDF and I put it at the description. I'll do it later. Okay, thank you for coming for tonight. I think that's all. And thank you for staying. Right. Bye. 10:20 already. Have a good day tomorrow. And please comment, share, like, and subscribe. Bye.